Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for May 24th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this might be really relevant, horribly irrelevant, maybe, I don't know. But if you have found your glorious way across this might be a message for you. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, I remember that it's my father's birthday and he would have been 65 today. So, since he's no longer with us, happy birthday in heaven. All right, this is again general collective. Don't overforce these readings to fit your life. Look what's popping up. Some sort of long-standing childhood issue is coming up for you, and 2 cards just fell out. Wow. Trust your path. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. This is... Okay, so I only have 3 cards in front of me. If you have questions about booking a private reading or any type of session, go ahead to the description, find my email, send me an email, or find me on the social platforms at Raising Savak. All right, let's do this. This is what I'm looking at right here. Something that you have always wanted to do. It's time to start putting that into action right now. So whatever has made its rounds, gone away in your life, hasn't been inspiring or hasn't been inspired, what this is telling you right now is it's actually a very important time to resurrect an old idea, an old path, an old passion, bring it to light. Why is this happening? Why are you probably dreaming about these things? Well, you, my dear, are being a creator. If you need to be supported, what would you do? Yeah, you're absolutely working in the co-creation with spirit right now. So what is this with you? You have a very special gift and talent. And I feel like this is either being able to visually see something, or it's a visual insight that you're working with. But it's a gift, but it's something that you turned off for a while. And I see a rebirth, a huge lesson that came from that. You were told to be a lot more practical. A lot of the grooming that you had endured has made sections of your life toxic, and it feels like you can't get away from it. People's sometimes best intentions are the worst undoings for you, and I feel like that's what you are addressing right now. So let's see. It's time for you to feed your discipline, feed your confidence, feed your priorities in life. And I feel like there's a major sense of guilt and anxiety around this, because I think that you worked so hard to become this person that you are, or this person that you find respectable or worthy of whatever kind of care that you could get. This was a major lesson for you, because no point of this validation is completely fulfilling. It feels like you are denying something that is truly beautiful about yourself. So here we go. You got to deal with your demons. Everything's going to slow down until you do it. You are chained by it. This is something that is very real, very true about you. I'm not calling you a demon, but there's something that you keep not wanting to look at, keep trying to avoid, and it's not working for you. I forgot to turn the light on this whole time. What is my problem? What was that? Anyway, a new start is going to be coming in with this project. Do tell, Spirit, what is this involving? All right, so I got the visual and I got the visual insightfulness. Okay. You know when something is not going to work. You know when you're going to have to pack your bags and move on a different journey. We have the Chariot in reverse here. You know when you have to slow down. This is not full steam ahead. So it is in a new direction. It is about you embracing in it, but you have to stop and you have to sit there and study it. This is a major point of you studying yourself in your time. There's a lot of feelings of ungrounded that are coming about. I kind of want to look and see what that's about. Whew. So I record these the day before, so I'm recording this on the 23rd. So this again is from May 24th. Feels like a very physically heavy day. Every movement is so much more tiring to do. Even looking at the camera, tiring to do, but of course I want to show up for you. I want to be here. So if you're experiencing something, what are you experiencing? Because every movement just feels like it's so much effort. Deep knowing. You're way too close to understand right now. And I feel like it's put this major block on you. The soulmates. This block, I think, has been put on you through the years because whatever this gift and talent was that you had let go of and it's being resurrected, you're being blind to the gravity of it. So it's so important that somebody else, the perfect person, the perfect place, the perfect situation, lines up and shows you what it's about. Somebody else's perspective is coming in to change your direction. It's the correct direction. I mean, the change direction for this deck, I really equate to the Tower card. Kind of has like, it's a gazebo, but it kind of looks like a tower. There's a moon on it. It's not full, so it's about what's coming towards you, the changes that are coming underway for you, and you have to be what you truly are. You have to be a zebra. You can't be a leopard. A zebra can't change its stripes for spots. It's not going to work. I did say zebra, right? Again. So in this, I have a card from the postcard from Spirit that they want to tell you about what I just was talking about. Do you ever feel like you need to get all the work, you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you may have no value? Maybe you think that you need to control everything or nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose another course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. So how about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set a boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with a responsibility, when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. And it's not my job to cure it. And then carry on. It feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. So, in regard to the change you need to make and how you have to delegate responsibility to another, which I can totally buy that you probably take the load from everybody. Perfect timing. What do you need to know? Perfect timing, law of attraction. Great. So you need to get out and into the open air. And what's this one? 2 cards that represent a change in direction. All right. You need to get out into the open air if, the environment is safe for you. Change directions, perfect timing, law of attraction. It's so important that you go out and you let yourself get grounded for this and be seen out in nature, because what's coming your way to change the direction cannot be found inside. This can't even be found through your phone, your devices. You actually need to go out and let yourself be out in nature. Let the sun hit your face as long as you're not allergic. Believe it or not, I've met people who are allergic to the sun, and it's a thing. So yeah, be careful. Anyway, change in direction. What is this change in direction going to entail? Like, what are the steps to take in this? Like, what do you have to physically do? We already know that it's insightfulness and visual stuff. 2 2s. The physical actions you need to take are everything that you've been juggling and your points of indecision, and start to actually sever the ties with things that We're making you sink underneath the pressure, under the water. And it's leading towards what seems to be this Nine of Pentacles. There is some sort of a compromise that needs to come into play. I want to draw more on this compromise. What is this compromise about? So this might be people who you are intimately involved with. Doesn't have to be romantic. This could be something like peers or family. But what I see is it needs to be talked about with them, because even though they had your best interests, or they thought they did at a time where you really should have been developing your gifts, it needs to be something where you guys talk back and forth and not cast the blame all over them or all over yourself, but both parties talk about what the perception was at the time and what you can actually do about this now. So the heart healing is going to be happening in here. I do feel like whoever has upset you with this, there's some that you're going to be cutting away, but there's some who you will be reconciling with and having a deeper connection with. It feels actually really good. And then there's this. Whoever you are reconnecting with and working through the hardships of your relationships, I do feel like this is divinely inspired by Source Spirit or God. And I also see that somebody is going to be giving you a handout. So whatever they have, you would really benefit from. Let's see. What's coming up with this? Polarity. All right, so the law of... Where is that? So the law of rhythm says that there is a rhythm that occurs all the time. The rhythm is like the tide that goes in and out, and like the sun rises and sets. Everything that manifests in life can be measured in motion. There is always an action and reaction, an advance and a retreat, a rising and a sinking. Many think that it's just the law of polarity, but the thing of polarity and not polarity is that motions and rhythm as ebb and, like, it's a motion of rhythm as ebb and flow. This law also occurs in the seasons, life and death in all things. Like the saying says, what goes around comes around. So let's see. One second. So be conscious where you are in life. Know when you are swimming with the flow or when you are being dragged under. You need to be able to identify with when you are fighting the current and when your thoughts are flowing with it. Be conscious with your thoughts, feelings, and actions/reactions in every movement. Everything is moving in perfect rhythm and in perfect speed. So if you feel hardship or stuck, you are fighting the current of the rhythm. Just as you cannot stop the seasons from happening, you cannot stop the change in the natural flow of the rhythm. You can, however, be conscious by choosing how you ride the current. If things are in a state of discomfort, you can focus on the good coming, or you can fight the current by focusing on how bad things feel. To focus on what's coming, you are saying, show me the lessons and assist me in riding the current by embracing this time and learning what I want to learn. Then you will get the outcome with the ease of riding in the current. It isn't about saying, let me out of this rhythm by skipping over the experience. That's not going to happen. Instead, you are choosing to ride the experience differently. You can spend time and energy fighting the rhythm by complaining about it or focusing on the hard, uncomfortable, unfair, or negative. Or you can focus on what good will come of all of it by flowing with the lessons and looking at what you are experiencing as an opportunity of learning instead of an obstacle to get over. If you learn to walk with the law of rhythm, you will be riding the currents in no time instead of treading the water or sinking under. So I want you to think back at a lesson in life where you've been rigid or inflexible. Go back into your mind and see a different way you could have learned the lesson in more flow and rhythm. Or go to the ocean or any body of water, meditate with its rhythm and see how you feel and think. Look at insights that come to you, and if you are far from the ocean, get a tape of the ocean sounds or water sounds to create a similar experience. So I want you to listen to the rhythms and how they go from up to down, in and out. It's the retreat and the coming out for it. It's actually very interesting. So with all that's changing in your life, with this gift that is coming in, it's important to embrace it because it is going to lead you to something that you may not expect right now. But in trying to fight it like you were forced to fight it when you were younger, it's not going to create the wave that it would have in the past. It's not going to create that wave in the now with it. So what this is saying is get the understanding with the people who had oppressed you with this. You don't have to actively talk to them. I'm not going to force you to do that. I'm not going to put that pressure on you. But I want you to either address it in the physical life or in your head, both of which are fine as long as you are the person experiencing it. And I want you to look at the different angles of this and how these experiences have helped you, aided you, mold you. And after you embrace that change, then you can tackle what this developing gift is for you, learn to ride it and flow it into something that is going to be more productive for you, embracing, joyful even. So the leg up is not only your awareness, but it's also seeing the different perspectives of this and the hardship that went along with it. Now how it's going to flow into something else. It's like seeing life as this big, awesome journey rather than seeing it as something that keeps trying to imprison you. Look at it as a challenge to overcome rather than a challenge to prevent you from doing something. Your ability to adapt and overcome is what's going to make this all the more special for you. So I'm getting pulled to even this right now. What does this deck want to see if you follow this advice? You have an answer. Have you answered your deepest calling? So that's the choice that you're going to be making. And the initiation. Have you answered? Okay, I get exactly what this is saying. Answer the Okay, listen. Have you answered your deepest calling? It's a rite of passage. You're crossing the threshold. What's your soul calling you to do? Answer the call. So have you answered the call? Like, is this a thing? Okay. So, Spirit is saying, if you haven't answered the call, do it now, or else everything that is kind of crumbling under the weight of all this right now, it's like all the universes or the universal experiences collapsing in on themselves and experiencing everything at once. That intensity is actually a rite of passage. And let's see, there's one more in here for you. What is this leading to? It's you going the extra mile to achieve your dreams. And putting in some overtime. So it's not about you and laying back, letting things just kind of happen. It's time for you to get off your keister and take action. Be insufferable with it, and I mean it. Now's the time for you to act, stir up some energy, and put those plans into action. There are many windows of opportunity that open but close quickly when you don't take the risk and go for it. Today, be confident that your hard work will pay off, and you'll feel that satisfaction and fulfillment of reaching your desired outcome. It might turn out better than you expected. Isn't that amazing? Remember, however much work you're willing to put out and in, we'll match it tenfold on our end. Everyone over here is rooting for you to win the game of life, so just do it. This is leading to something that is massive on your part. Final cards. There's going to be a major payoff for you, either financially or materialistically. You have the willpower for it. There's a proposal that's coming your way, and it's going to be something that long-term grows beyond even this life. It is going to be part of your legacy. You are going to be the leader and the ruler of this aspect, and it's going to be something that allows you to not only see through people, it allows you to either create or manifest what seems to be the most, whatever the focus of abundance is. It seems so vague and generalized. The focus is abundance. Yeah, well, abundance sometimes looks like popcorn now, doesn't it? What is the focus? So, I know it's weird, but take into account your gift coming back, needing to be honored, going to be insufferably knocking at your door until you answer it. Make amends with your past and those who have blocked this gift from coming towards you, because there's no way of stopping it now. Everything that is crumbling and coming out from under your grasp is necessary as a rite of passage for you to answer this calling, because it's going to make you lose every single aspect of false safety in your life so that you can create and conquer whatever this absolute magic is. And it's because you are strong enough. I don't want to hear that you're not. I don't want to hear that you're tired of it. I get that you're tired, but Spirit is saying, buck up. It's time to go. You're a total badass boss. If you have questions about booking a reading or any of the sessions I provide, go ahead, send me an email. Definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. I look forward to connecting with you. So until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. So there's a battle that you deal with every single night. I do feel like it follows you to bed. It's an ending that has needed to come about for quite some time that you keep putting off. You work on making everybody around you so happy and not having anybody look at you. This is just what you offer. You offer to make people feel so euphoric about themselves, about their life. It really makes you an addictive person. It makes them validate you in that way. They want to be around you because it feels like you light them up. You make their world just so great. But the thing is, you're suffering and nobody really knows how much this goes down deep inside of you. This fame that your reputation has gotten you, it's not fulfilling you like you thought it would. Just if everybody knew how amazing you were, then, all would be well in Wonderland, and not so much. So this, I do see that that's a very hard reality that you are facing right now. And you can't let this hold you back anymore. You're such an amazing person. You have all this desire, you have all this charisma, all this magic, but your heart is hurting and you have to work on yourself. Nobody is going to be there to fix you. Nobody is going to be the answer for you. You have to do this for yourself. The way that you would put this into others. I know that you are, tired of people probably saying, oh, you got to work on yourself. No, it's not about working on yourself. It's about learning how to let yourself be happy rather than make everybody else around you happy, because all that's doing is creating like this wall of mirrors around you where you're not even seeing yourself. It's nobody seeing you. All they see is themselves. And you are in the center of all of that. You're the person who's working that mirror wheel, and nobody is seeing the authentic you in this. I do see that there will be a payoff in that you will get more of a sense of peace about you that will allow you to be happy. But you got to come out of the fog right now. And this took a very long time in getting there. This happened well over the course of an expanded time. It's going to take more than a day to get there. This will be involving reprogramming. This isn't more working on yourself. It's working on happiness, working on the state of allowing of happiness. I really hope that this made sense. You have to let people know what's going on with you. They don't see it. Have them see it so that things can start to get better. If you were going to go for the relationship, if you're going to go for the job, if you're going to go for the move, this is a major commitment that is underway, and Spirit is saying, go for it. I'm not telling you to do anything dumb or illegal. I'm not telling you to hurt anybody or anything like that, especially yourself. Spirit is saying, listen, There's something new that needs to be worked on right now. This is very fulfilling for you. Why the hecking heck are you holding yourself back? Why are you saying no to yourself in this? This is a commitment. This is a union with self, spirit, alignment, life, however you want to look at this. It's a flippin' commitment. This is going to cost you your whole life in the span of the rest of the life. But man, is this beautiful and well worth it. I'm not saying that you cease to exist. No, this is a new way for you to exist and be in this world. And the changes that you are making, you have to sacrifice the past direction, the past void of self, all of it. There's something that is really getting your heart going, that's really exciting you, and Spirit wants you to get excited. It's like you're a kid that's being held on the playground, just, trying to be released so you can go play on all the jungle gym parts and just go wild. Spirit is telling you, flippin' go for it. Make these changes. Let yourself be inspired. Let yourself be committed to something that you actually want to be committed to. So you're not out of your head. You're not irresponsible. You're not irrational. You're not impulsive. Ground yourself while you're doing this. Otherwise, you're going to feel flippin' psycho, and you don't need that. Ground yourself so that you can make peace with the past, to let it go and really embrace this amazing, cool future. This feels like divine inspiration to have these changes. Now, you might feel really nervous about it, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. If something is going against your gut in this, obviously this reading isn't for you. So breathe. It's not meaning to be impulsive or be like, drop everything and run. No, not at all. This is very heart fulfilling. I feel like it's going to be very playful for you. And whatever you have your heart set on, Spirit says, stop dilly-dallying. Get on it. Talk to you soon. This is a long letter from Spirit. It's from either a loved one who's crossed over or from your main spirit guide. Don't overthink it. It's usually the first thing that comes to mind. So listen with an open heart and an open mind. This is what I have in front of me. Here's 1. Here's 2. Hopefully it's up right. And here's 3. So check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it'll bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection of the outer world of the motives that drive you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you to? Joy, discovery, growth, adventure, participating. Something compelling and meaningful without trying to define it. If you can step forward and surrender to whatever Spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants what's best for you. As you think, so will you experience in life. Thoughts that are powerful, they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down before they serve you or get released instead of wreaking. Wait a minute. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, these thoughts arise when connection to the energy of fear, and they're often masquerading as truth. Yet this truth is in that of essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking. And they have less fanatic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate. Isn't that fun? Leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again? I knew this was going to come out. Check out the Daily Tarot and Oracle for May 24th, 2022, also being timeless on my YouTube channel. This is about that. Okay, Isn't it amazing how things come around again full circle in ways you couldn't possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires were unmet. Now here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective. We want you to trust in that new opportunity for rebirth. You will be called in two directions. The one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Loving you always, loving you so much, and life loves you more than you know. Love, Spirit. Get to it. This is so cool. Please check out that video that I told you about. So Spirit is celebrating with you overcoming what seems to be a really hard karmic lesson in your life that really was a point of mastery for you. So this may be something that has cycled in numerous points in your life where it's been nothing but the same dead-end lesson, the dead-end people, and the dead-end things that are just eating you alive. So much disappointment has been kind of ripped up going up here. We have the Death card. The main thing was you sticking around those dead ends so that you didn't feel alone. But now in facing that, you have a lot that you want to share, but you're not going to share it in dead spaces now, are you? So there's so many choices that you can make. You have a lot of major choices that you have to make with your life just based off of this one. So with your newfound wisdom and what you have newly discovered that was kind of a waste for you, what are you doing with this? Lots of cups. Okay, so 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So I see you pulling away and starving people of that attention from you and facing the backlash that's going to be coming from it. And you're not going to let your jimmies get wrestled by these people. So I see you pulling back your energy, them going, what the F? And then you are actually standing there or sitting there all nice and calm, being like, yeah, what of it? I got bigger fish to fry. I'm the one who's doing the work. You guys are just benefiting from it. So I'll see you later. And there's a whole empire that's behind you. You've been working behind the scenes, creating something that these people have no ability to realize what it is. So here we are, and it seems like you're going to be showing everybody exactly what it is that you've been manifesting, growing, changing into. You wear this so incredibly proudly, and it looks like there's a big financial gain that's going to be coming from this. What is that about? What's this financial gain? Oh, you cut your losses and face that insecurity that they were pressing on you. Stocks. Okay, yeah, I'm getting notifications as I'm recording this. Okay. So whatever you were feeding into that was pulling the dead weight on you, you're seeing how that was draining you of your finances or your materialistic needs, and how this still left you feeling completely drained. And I see that coming to a very painful ending. And now it's like, okay, all those resources that I was putting into these people, I'm putting into something. It's creating this massive wheel of fortune, and you aren't squandering anything. You are very deliberate in what you are showing people, and you're showing luxury. You're showing this really amazing substance, and you're not going to listen to those cries anymore, are you? Because it's bull crap. Congrats, you're a total boss. You're gonna have to be in the waiting ground for a little while. So you're going back to a place that feels like home. You're not at the crossroads yet, but you are at a place that's in transition. So it feels like the waiting ground. It feels like not necessarily purgatory, but what approaches purgatory. So it's kind of like it's after an ending. It's that fine little space. So what I'm seeing in here is the transition and letting something actually come to a crumble in your life, and you not wasting those moments. So it's telling you to keep taking action, keep pushing forward, because you're not at the beginning yet, and it's time for you to kick your way away from whatever this place that's not home is. So the no place feels like home. Wherever you can fit in anywhere, but you don't belong everywhere. And this is approaching that point. You can stay comfortably everywhere, but if you have potential that you're letting following you to the grave, Spirit is about to smack you upside the head, and it is not dealing with it well. So the transition, you've been feeling this agitation burrowing underneath your skin for quite some time. You don't quite know what to do with it yet, but it seems like everything around you is either falling apart, either in conversation. It's just nobody is connecting anymore, and it's so flippin' weird. And it seems like people are just unexpectedly becoming lazy. Like, what the heck happened to them? Where did this come from? And I see that this is something that you need to stop fighting for. This isn't fair to whoever you are moving on from, because this is beyond their means of either comprehension or just whatever the life path is. I don't even want to say financial because it feels like a total D-bag thing to say. It's not about that. The new life, you're not ready until this is all gone. Spirit is pushing the envelope with you, though. It's very tired that this is taking forever with you. So it's preparing you for time to leave something behind. What is this leading to after that? Leaving behind. It's leaving judgment behind. We can say that. Leaving judgment behind, embracing, I guess, what seems to be the potential of yourself, and stop comparing yourself and your life to others, for better or for worse. It's not a pretty color on you. I don't want to see that. And this is saying, look at how far you've come, honor that, carry on with that, not with what anyone else is doing. So, okay, the truth be told, you don't need to put everybody in their place with this one. It's not a point of making them feel bad. It's about allowing yourself the freedom to say goodbye and go do your own thing. This is going to lead to serendipity, but again, you can't compare your life to theirs. It's so much more special for you. This rejection is going to make everything happen for you. I know that it's a lot of self-worth and inner work, and why the hell did this happen to me, issues that you got to face. But this is the shadow work that is coming into play, that's going to knock everything out of the park and put everything into alignment. And it's going to lead to, well, it seems like the loss that you absolutely need. You need this hard smack of reality, because you were playing an old storyline that did not suit you at all. And now everything's happening at such a fast pace, it almost feels like it's breaking your neck. And that's jogging every sense of insecurity that needs to come about and heal with you. Everything that you have made feel bad about yourself, that you have wondered about, Spirit's like, okay, well, let's work on this now. Look, it's going to be all over soon. It's all going to be over soon. I got you. We're taking care of this. Lots of blue and lots of gray coming in this. So it's handling the emotional points of this and then staying neutral. It's so important that you come to a place of being neutral and not let your feelings overwhelm you, because it's going to allow you to not have an emotional reaction to the door opening up, because it feels like it's going to be rather explosive if you don't. And then it's this continual checking in with yourself and what's making you happy, because you're sensitive to what everyone else's wants and needs are, taking on their own satisfaction as your own, but that story just doesn't resonate with you. So then it's you getting the F off the fence and stop clouding your head with other people's desires, calling them your own. It almost feels like that Amelia Bedelia thing, where she is copying this one chick until she finds out that she's like the best hopper, and this one girl she kept trying to emulate was not going to be it. Of course, I'm aging myself with this. I don't care that. So, okay, let's see. You have to work on not taking on other people's energies and boundaries, calling it your own. This is a major point of karma for you, which only allows for certain relationships, probably namely friendships, to last a short period of time before people just kind of get sick with each other, because it feels like, why is it always like this? Well, it's because absorption of the energy. It's not self-identified. So after that, I see you getting away from Dodge, and it looks like your ships are coming in, and you're taking that emotional sensitivity and keeping that, but maturing it like some sort of a fine wine. And you are not going to let anything rock your boat on this one. You're learning to really master your feelings. So I flippin' love this. Hold your head high. It's all going to be over soon. And I think that there'll be a better divide between you and others, so that you don't take on their crap. Hope this made sense.